Welcome to the Sixth Sense Foundation.
For me to help in any way. She's frequently my librarian in charge when I'm not there, and I can always count on her. She also gave me some advice. She said that the Western Region senior librarians were what, Aggie? The best. She is a true community librarian in the best sense of the word. Under her stewardship, Palms-Rancho Park Library is one of the busiest branches in the region, as well as in the entire library system.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She and her staff offer a variety of innovative, provocative, and really, truly community-responsive programs. This is all due to her leadership. As an employee, she's always willing to help out, both me and other senior librarians in the region. She offers guidance and compassion when needed. She's always willing to take on a new intern, a new pilot project, new equipment. When I call her, she says, yes, I'll take it. That Maggie will handle it with compassion, dignity, and empathy. I never have to worry when I hand off a problem to her. She takes care of it. She is the finest example of a public servant that the library and the city has to offer.
You rock, Maggie.
We are grateful for all that she has given us, and we will miss her terribly. Thank you.
My husband came home one day from the library about 15, 16 years ago and said, I just met the librarian, and now we're in the Friends, you know? And he and I found ourselves all of a sudden. So I just, you know, whatever central people are here, you need to find out what that is and applaud them. Because somehow you're doing these things for Maggie and you have no idea why, but you're so happy that you do. So anyway, I'm going to introduce some more people who have come to say wonderful things about Maggie, and I'd like to invite up Paul Koritz, our city council person who's here now.
Well, hello, everyone. I will take credit for one thing. We called the fire department and said, don't leave anyone standing out there. Everybody has to come in for this. the fire marshal isn't here. If he is, just pretend you're not. Yeah, read a book and don't pay any attention to how many people are here. Well, I want to thank Jennifer Murphy for inviting me to celebrate a good friend of our office and of everyone in the city of Los Angeles, Maggie Johnson. So let's give Maggie another round of applause. Maggie served the city of Los Angeles for more than 50 years. She must have started when she was 10. I don't know how we got out there. But she's been an extraordinary supervisor, mentor, community organizer, and she's been the librarian for the Vernon, Vermont Square, Hyde Park, Junipero Serra, Pio Pico Koreatown, Mar Vista Memorial, and the Palms-Rancho Park branches. Pretty amazing. To say that she's familiar with the city of Los Angeles in the library system is kind of an understatement. She's also served on neighborhood councils, the library's Young Adult Advisory Board, the Adult Book Selection Committee, and UCLA Partners in Learning. Her long and outstanding record of public service should not go unnoticed, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. Maggie's responsible for encouraging more and more people, young and old, to attend more of our city's libraries, especially young people, considering that Maggie was also recognized for creating one of the library's first teen councils and programs that bring at-risk youth off the streets and into our libraries. Let's give her a big hand for that. And again, 50 years. But I've been to a few retirement ceremonies for folks at City Hall, and they'll have done an incredible 30 years or 33 years or 35 years. I can tell you, how many retirements have I gone to for someone who's worked for the city for 50 years? 0 until today. It just doesn't happen. It is pretty amazing. There's almost no one that's given that much of a contribution to the city of Los Angeles of their lives, and it means so much to all of us. We love you. We all love you. We wish you a beautiful retirement, and I'd like to recognize Maggie with a certificate of appreciation from the city of Los Angeles.
What does it say?
And so, and wherefore, and whereas, and therefore.
Well, since someone asked, what does it say? I'm not going to read all that. I'll just read the therefore clause. Now, therefore, the city of Los Angeles commends Maggie Johnson for her high level of professionalism, dedication, and exemplary contributions to the Los Angeles Public Library. The city wishes Ms. Johnson all the best in her retirement and recognizes her loyalty and service to the city of Los Angeles for the past 50 years.
Tell Cheryl if she could just tell you guys about the day Muhammad Ali came to our branch.
Oh. You can give him the short version. He was in love with her.
No.
Again, we had a messenger clerk. He's a high school student. And he had gone, taking his lunch break, and this was maybe about 4 o'clock. And he comes rushing in. Muhammad Ali is down at the corner of Vernon and Central. Muhammad Ali. I said, he is. I said, well, come on, let's go. So we went down to Vernon and Central. Huge crowd around the champ. And huge crowd. And so his there was a gentleman who I learned later was his personal photographer. And so, I'm sorry I don't remember the messenger clerk's name, but I went up to the photographer who seemed like he was managing what was going on, and I said, may I speak to Muhammad Ali? I'd like for him to come to the library. No, he wouldn't have time. And so I just went on up to Muhammad Ali. And I said, Muhammad Ali, you are such an inspiration and stuff. Everybody forgets about the library. I might have exaggerated a little, but I said, everybody forgets about the library. Could you please come to the library? They would love it. He said, as I remember, he said, for a fox like you, yes. So anyway, the messenger clerk and I started walking toward the library. It was only about a block and a half away. And he said, oh, no. You ride in the limo. So we got in the back and we rode in the limo to the library. And I want to tell you, when we walked in with Muhammad Ali and said, look, and he walked in, everybody just went. Unfortunately, we didn't have the cell phones and we don't have it. But even when he passed away, my brother called. He said, "You remember that when he came to?" So that was a very special moment. Thank you very much.
Confidential Frida Alfari.
Thank you. It has been an honor and a pleasure to work under the direction of Maggie Johnson for the past 14 years. When I think of Maggie, I think of three really exceptional qualities: creativity, openness, and a combination of deeply caring and, as a result, bringing the best out of others. So I just want to say a little bit about each quality. First, on creativity, Maggie encourages programs that promote critical thinking, critical and independent thinking. That is so badly needed in these times. So we have a philosophy class, we have a great book study group, we had a series of programs on America's civil rights struggles that brought so many wonderful people to our library, created long-lasting.
Hepburn once said, "What in the world would we do without our libraries?" Since 2002, you've made this library a home. Many feel blue as we send you off to Rome. We'll miss your big smile, the warmth of your ways that you brought to this building for all of your days. You opened the door to our love of learning, helped us find knowledge for which we were yearning. Families planned visits with children in tow, knowing our library would set them aglow. You made this a home for those who love books, with everyone welcome, no matter their station or looks. You shaped our library to a community hub, with workshops and speakers, like a comfy club. You encourage your staff to reach for the stars, stretch towards advancement in careers and go far. We know you deserve some relaxation and rest, and for all your special dreams, we wish you the best. We hope the legacy of all that you've shaped will keep our wonderful library forever great. And as we say goodbye to you, let us carry the words of T.S. Eliot with us. And I quote, "The very existence of libraries affords best evidence that we may yet have hope for the future of man."
Here.
Smiling, she greets me. We hug. I feel her warmth and her strength. Pardon me if I start crying. Feel her warmth and her strength encompassing my body and my spirit. We chat. my troubles are forgotten. The outside world fades away. Will I be so eager to go to the library when Maggie's radiant and helpful presence is no longer here? And since you're a captive audience, I'm going to read you a poem I wrote about my 14-year-old granddaughter. All of us cheered for wonderful, wonderful Maggie, but let's put our money where our mouth is and contribute to Friends of the Library.
As well as being a part of my life. You're leaving LAPL with a job more than well done. You've created a legacy. Now it is time for you to go out and enjoy being you 24/7. Whether that is lunch at the beach, yoga in the hood, watching Judge Mathis, or flying off to a family event. Make it the best time of year.
Good afternoon, everyone. Like Suzanne, I'm not in the best voice. I'm catching a cold. I just wanted to point out one thing. There are a number of layers, generations represented here in this room. The thing that I want to emphasize is that we, meaning Maggie and I and others of our generation, walked the streets putting stuff on porches, not in mailboxes because it was not permitted, to launch the largest building and renovation program in a public library system, probably in the United States. And we didn't do it with social media. We did not do it with PSAs. We did it word of mouth, certainly through the newspaper, but most important, through our friends groups and also just in talking with our patrons. Also, that was not the era when you could walk in, sit down at a computer, and do your thing. I came to LA Public in 1967, a year before Maggie. So I'm a veteran of LA Public. I left and went to the community college district, and I retired from that district. It will be 2 years in June. I just want to emphasize once again, Janae Brown has an office that does a lot of the footwork for us now that we used to do ourselves. And there are a lot of people in this room who are a testament to that. And I just want you to know that it is an amazing thing that we have been able to put this library on the map and sustain it. So, bon voyage to you, Maggie. You are an amazing woman. Your birthday's on the 14th of February, Valentine's Day, 2 weeks before mine. And there are at least 2 or 3 instances in which I could say, happy birthday, Maggie.
To bringing up those behind her and to making the profession itself better. Maggie has worked tirelessly over the years for the California Librarians Black Caucus Los Angeles chapter. She has mentored young librarians, even though, where's Suzanne? Suzanne
Edris.
And Edris, I see, they tried to get me into public libraries, and I skirted around to academic libraries, but you know, we always do outreach, and we always have our patrons front and center with us. And I remember with her mentoring me, I called her one day because, you know, things can be kind of hard on the job when you first start. And she calmed me down, and she told me what I needed to do next, you know, in a kind and loving way, where I didn't feel less than because I couldn't figure it out. So that's Maggie, but she's mentored people all over the state, I would say, at least Southern California. In the California Librarians Black Caucus, we focused a lot and do focus a lot on programming and on bringing Black authors to the fore. And then our primary piece, and this was near and dear and is still near and dear to her heart, is the scholarship. She worked prodigiously on our scholarship committee, fundraising, and being on the committee to interview and to help more librarians of color to come into the profession. So besides all that she does for the community, she is also doing wonderful things and has done wonderful things to bring up and make sure that those that come behind her are prepared and are as wonderful as she. So it is my honor to talk to you, to have you as a friend, and to see that lovely smile again. I won't say bon voyage, even though I hope you're getting on a ship or doing a cruise or something, but I wish you all the best and much love.
Thank you.
Well, we're just about done here, but we're going to hear from the most important person in just a moment. But I'm going to, who's now stunned that she has to get up and say something. So Maggie's going to stand up, but I'm going to ask when Maggie finishes that you not all leave right away. The photographers would like to memorialize this, so if you could stay put for just a moment, and there'll be, I don't know, lights flashing or something. You'll be told what to do. And so now I would like to ask Maggie to come up.
Oh, come now.
I don't know what to say. You know I'm shy. I really don't know what to say other than thank you. Thank everybody here. And I'm sorry, but I have to do this. Just in case anybody wants to say anything else. I don't want anybody to say, oh, they didn't give me a chance to say anything.
Would you introduce your family?
Oh, yes. Oh, they're not all in one spot. Corey, where are you guys? My granddaughter, my niece, my nephews. Some of them had to leave. My sister. You guys know who you are. Just come on up, relatives. Some of them were here earlier and they had to leave, but you know, I want you to know, I don't know what happened to the 50 years, but I'm only 39. I did start, but I left LAPL, I think 2 or 3 times. I was gone for about almost 10 years one time and came back. But I will have to say, when I first came here, I came to Vernon and it was amazing. I had never seen that many books by African American authors in my life. And it was in a little broom closet. Right, Mrs. McLean? Yes. And I learned so much from the Vernon branch. And then that's when I decided, I guess, to go all over the city because I went to a lot of branches and was at Memorial as my first senior position, and administration called and they said, we're on a conference line and we'd like for you to go do us a favor. And I'm going, what have I done? You know, and they said, well, we want you to go to Palms and, you know, it's a new branch. And I came reluctantly, but I had Playa Vista in mind. Because when I was a YA at Mar Vista, that's where they had all the environmental reports for the
yucky yucks to come and look at. They assured us it was going to be a very nice area, and so we were on their VIP list for years and was going to buy a condo over there. And when they first started, the condos were going to be $150, and we all looked and said, in LA, somebody's going to pay that much for a condo? But we wish we had all just put down a little money. So it's been a wonderful experience throughout LAPL. I've worked at a lot of branches. I've talked to a lot of people. And enjoyed Palms, as I do most of my communities. But I really like this community, and I'm sure you'll get someone who's going to be just as fantastic. If not, you have Jennifer and my whole staff. Where's my staff? Please stand. And just to say, I want all of those traitors who promoted out of Palms to stand. I have quite a few of them. I have 2 at the police department right now, 1 at the airport, 1 there, 1 there. Because I do believe in training, not just for, I see you, Chris. You know, oh, Jasper. Oh my goodness, that goes back to 2002. Wow, it's just amazing. You know, now I've lost my thing. You know, I'm a little old lady, so I can't remember too much. You know, and I just have to talk about a few things. Like I remember when I was YA at Mar Vista, and we are called Marvites. That means really good. And my senior at the time, Cheryl Collins, gave me $3,000. I thought I had died and went to heaven. Because then they only gave YA librarians like $1,000. And I'm going, $3,000? And then over to Palms, it's really, 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 really been a really nice trip. And as I tell most people, I want you guys to meet Nancy Pelosi, LA style. Stand up, Miss Nancy. This is because she gets things done. And I just refer to her as Nancy Pelosi. I ask if she minds. But anyway, I want to thank all of you, John, Erica, Suzanne, Ken, all of my seniors. I saw, did I see? I saw, it's so many people here today. But one thing I did want to say is I did work with the union, and I learned a lot with the union. I was executive vice president. I can't remember the years, but way back, for about 8 years or so. And I encourage people every day, you better sign up with your union. Or, and I'm not afraid of the union, my staff will tell you when they have problems, what do I say? Call your union. And I will gladly give them the number. Right, Ms. Newton? And so those people will let you know that when we ask you to do something as supervisors, we're not asking you because we want you to do it. That's the policy. And no matter, right, Suzanne, how close I get to the edge of that policy, I'm not going past it. So I really want to thank all of you for coming today, and I'm going. Oh Lord, don't be.
So try to make sure that I can't see everyone here. If someone wants to get on a table back there, get a chair. Yeah. Okay, no, I didn't say that. All right, here we are.
All right, look at the camera.
Everyone, I'm good. There we go. All right. Everyone looking here. Okay. Oh, you're from. I see people moving. Hello. Hold on. All right. Good. All right. Yeah, that's right. All right, when I say 3, everyone say Maggie. 1, 2, 3. Maggie. You do that again. 1, 2, 3. Maggie. And one more time. 1, 2, 3. Maggie. Very good.
Welcome to the SIXSenseFoundation.com.